So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the paranormal fare that I picked up while I was at a BEA, starting with a book that I absolutely knew I had to pick up while I was there. I had been hoping to get a copy long before, but that is Original Sin by Lisa DesRochers. And if I'm mangling your name, I apologize in advance. I am not the best at names, so forgive me. But this is another book that I stood in line for and got to meet the very lovely Lisa. She personalized for me. But this is the follow-up to Personal Demons, which if you have not yet read, you should. It was a lot of fun, and I am totally Team Luke, in case you didn't know already. That is where my allegiance lies. But after reading Original Sin, which I actually did, once I got my hands on it, I went back to my hotel room and started to plow through it and got it done within the first couple of days of having it in my hot little hands. But I am even more firmly on Team Luke after reading this one than I was after the first. We do revisit Luke, Gabe, Franny, and Franny's brother Matt. And we are introduced to several other new people, and there's twisties and turnies and all sorts of goodness and badness. And yeah, it was angsty, and the kind of angst that I really like, which is that I wanted to throw the book across the room many times and felt badly for people as I wanted to throw the book around, but it was really good. So pick up the first if you haven't. If you have, definitely pick this one up. And read the next in the series. I will be reviewing this closer to release date. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably have seen me comment in the past couple of days about my complete and total adoration of Maggie Stiefvater's Wolves of Mercy Falls series. I absolutely adore the way that she writes. It is like, makes my stomach drop all the time. Some of the words that come out of her mouth are phenomenal, and Forever was no different than the first two. It was a fabulous end to a series. I'm so sad to see it end. It's a gorgeous cover, and it's just, you know, so worth it. Even if you're not a person that enjoys paranormal reads, I would highly encourage you to read these stories because they're just fantastic. So again, you'll see a review for this closer to release date, which is July 12th. And yeah, awesome book. Super excited I got a chance to read it already. I have a copy of Cold Kiss by Amy Garvey, which Harper gave to me, and they were touting it really strongly. They're excited for this title and feel that it's a very strong piece of the paranormal pie. And it does sound extremely interesting. It's a story about a girl whose boyfriend passes away, and she wakes him up with a kiss. Only in waking him up, she realizes he's not entirely alive. He's still dead. And it will focus on how they work through his awakening and the fact that he's dead and she's not. And it looks to be like a really kind of different and interesting read, and excited to get a hold of this one. I also picked up a copy of A Beautiful Dark by Jocelyn Davies. This is an angel story. I like angel stories. I don't have a problem with angel stories. So it looks to have a bit of a love triangle to it. So we can take a look at the pretty cover. Sky is meeting Asher and Devin, and they know things about her, but she's not quite sure how they know them or why they know them, and I think that's where the angel part comes in. But I think that we'll have the usual fight between good and evil, because if you can see on the spine, there are little angel wings. One is dark and one is white. So that kind of says to me that there will be a bit of the fight between good and evil. So where will Sky fall in the world? So that should be interesting too. I also picked up from Source Books a book that I had not yet heard about that has an intriguing premise to it. It's called Darker Still. It's by Leanna Renee Heber. I'm not quite sure which. Again, sorry about the name manglage, but it is a story about a portrait come to life. It looks like it is going to be a bit of historical fiction as well. So it's time-based in the past and present, and this picture comes to life. So I'm thinking that the potential for it to be unique and different is there. And that is the paranormal piece of the puzzle that I've picked up. And I'll segue into kind of a crossover-ish area.